Hey, it's me again, and today I guess I was just thinking about politics, and you know, I always see people get hyped up about that, and every time I see it or hear it, it always bothers me, and it's not because I have a specific political party or something like this. It's because I don't think that it matters. Um, you know, as an American, I don't know if there are any Britons or Germans or anyone else watching this, but as an American, um, I see Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals, and all of these people, when they just get up in your face and, you know, um, just demand reasons why things are happening the way they are. And the only thing I have to say is that that doesn't make any sense at all. Um, it doesn't. I'll put it this way. Um, I mean, aside obviously from George Washington not saying anything, he said that political parties were bad. Aside from that, very important fact. Let's say this. You know, do you do everything exactly as your party says you should? If you go to a convenience store and you're conservative and you see a soda, do you say, I think I'm not going to get that soda because, you know, I'm going to be conservative? Of course not. You just get the soda because you're thirsty. Um, even if your house is like 2 minutes away, you still get the soda and take it home and drink it while you're sitting in your living room with 20 other sodas in the fridge. I mean, people say Americans are wasteful. Not really. If you live in this country, you live in a country where walking is impossible. If you walked from one place to another, you would walk for days. I mean, I went to Germany, I was amazed. I went to Ireland, I was amazed because it was so small, you could walk anywhere within 10 minutes. Here, that's not possible. You can't even really bicycle because it's so big that we can't develop all the roads properly that people can bicycle down them without getting hurt. So even if they did, it would still take hours and hours to get to work every day. You know, unless you live somewhere like New York or Los Angeles or New Orleans or something like that, it's pretty irrational to say we're wasteful because we drive all the time, or we're wasteful because we eat a lot. We have to eat a lot because we have to work a lot because we have a lot more land and a lot more things to work on, And sure, it doesn't seem very healthy, but if you were in our shoes, you would have to eat a lot too. Um, we don't have the luxury of being able to eat healthy because we have to have that energy from food to work. Anyways, I'm getting off subject. Um, this is about politics, not about America. Anyways, I'm equally discriminate, equally indiscriminate. I'm an independent. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm neither. I don't judge a person by their political party. If you tell me you're conservative, I don't instantly say that every single action that you do is conservative, because that's not true. That's why I don't believe in political parties, because, um, Democrats sometimes act like Republicans, and Republicans sometimes act like Democrats. I mean, there's no end to it. It's just a circle, and everyone's on the bandwagon, and they're all doing the same things, just in different ways. And the end result is this. It should be the same. The end result should be that our country survives, that our country has a surplus, that our country is doing good. And that's the goal of every single political party that's ever existed, isn't it? I mean, what they think is good is different, but the goal is the same, to make things better, to bring progress. So, if I could ask one thing, Uh, sorry, my lamp malfunctions. I need a new one. There it goes. Okay, if I could say or ask one thing, it would be, why are we focusing on political parties instead of saving this country? Why are we focusing on whether the Democrats or Republicans are in power instead of focusing on solving Americans' problems and getting things done? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but they just blame it on the other political party. You know, it's not about the parties, it's about people. People, when I talk to a Democrat, I don't talk to an ass. When I talk to a Republican, I'm not talking to an elephant. I'm talking to a person, you know, and that person has beliefs all on their own, you know. They are totally different than any political party that's ever existed. You know, I happen to think that America should conserve, you know, but I also think at the same time that it should become more of a democracy than it already is, which is what Democrats think. You know, make it a democracy. Republicans think make it a republic. I don't agree with that, but I think that we should conserve. I mean, it just gets so warped. I mean, you have such long teased phrases as a social conservative Democrat, or, you know, and it explodes into these long dashed phrases, and it's ridiculous. You know, you don't describe a person by isms; you describe a person by their actions. George Washington was a great president because he didn't have a political party. He just did things. He didn't care. I mean, you could call him a communist. Whatever. He didn't care. He didn't bother. I don't, I'm just an independent because other people label me as an independent because they don't know what else to call me. I mean, I'm just in the minority. I'm ignored politically. And George Washington said there should be no political parties, right? Well, when two political parties nominate candidates, and this third offhand political party, whatever the third largest is right now, nominates a candidate that runs for office. Did you know that the national televised debates in America, that third party candidate is literally blocked from entering by huge bodyguards? The doors are locked to him. He can't get in to debate to become president because people consider his party not big enough. I mean, that's wrong. It's not about parties. People, for example, Andrew Johnson was Abraham Lincoln's vice president, the VP, at the time. Abraham Lincoln died, Andrew Johnson took over. Andrew Johnson, I believe, said he was a Democrat. Okay, he said he was a Democrat, right? I forget. He said he was one party, but he acted like he was the other. So he was impeached. You know, that's what happened. I mean, you can say you're part of a party, but then you know, you might not be. You might not agree with some of the things that that party says, like I do. I don't agree with some of the things every party says. It's just, it doesn't make sense to just blindly follow a political organization that does nothing but try to manipulate, you know, the situation to grow for itself. I mean, they care about their goals. They don't care about what I think. They don't care about changing to adapt to what people want to do. They care about getting what they want done and making more money while they do it. And I don't know about other countries, but, you know, that's not right. And it's not right for me to say, I understand that, but I'm still a Democrat. It's not right for me to say, I understand that, but I'm still a conservative. Because there are rich conservative people who manipulate this. And they get the money. And they get to blame people like Obama and Bush. You know, they get to blame people like Clinton. They get money out of it every year. They get thousands of dollars. And what do we get? You know, a bad economy, wars. we get nothing but trouble. And it's really sad. Um, it's really sad that people still buy into this. It shouldn't be this way, and it was never meant to be this way. This isn't the country that George Washington fought to free. This isn't the same country anymore. And I hate to say it, but I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I I see what happened in Libya. Obama should have been impeached for that. He, I mean, he didn't even get a slap on the wrist. He got nothing. If a president's power is unchecked like that, that goes totally, it just flies in the face of everything that should be American. I mean, just him being Democrat. Just the fact that there wasn't an independent president after, what, like the fourth? Just that fact alone flies in the face of everything that all of the founding fathers fought for. I mean, many of them, they died in poverty. They died in poverty. None of them died rich. I mean, even the ones that died rich had such poor health that they never enjoyed anything. I mean, imagine George Washington. In his last years, he had wooden teeth. Can you imagine having wooden teeth? Can you imagine having like a splinter stuck in your gum and having to pull that out? No. No. Look at my teeth. See? They might be a bit yellow. I haven't had them whitened in a while. I don't care. But they're straight. You know, I had braces. I had bars put on my teeth. They look nice and neat. They didn't used to look like that. I mean, I have glasses. I, it's ridiculous. It really is. Because these guys died in poverty so that I could have these things. These guys died in poverty so that I wouldn't have to say that I was a Democrat or Republican. I wouldn't have to say I was an independent. And really, you have to say you're part of one of those two parties to get anything done. If you look at Theodore Roosevelt, um, he understood that and he manipulated it. He tried to start the Bull Moose Party, and he was unsuccessful for the simple fact that people were so headstrong and believing in these political parties. Just forget it. It's not about the parties, it's about helping Americans. It's about helping whatever country you happen to be in. It's not about the parties. It's not about the money. It's not about the goals. It's about doing the right thing, regardless of the cost. I mean, I gotta give it to the man. Obama's trying. I mean, he's failing miserably, but at least he's trying. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. He understands bipartisanship, sure, but that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. I'm saying no partisanship, no parties. Why? Why do we have to be part of the party? You know, it might sound like I'm ranting. I'm not. I'm I'm bringing this up so that you think about these things and you take it into your mind, and when you write down your vote, you think, how does this vote count? And when you say, I think Rick Perry should be the president, you take this into account and go on Rick Perry's website and look at everything he stands for. Don't look at his party and say, this is what he's going to do. Look at his personality. Look at what he says he's going to do. Not what his party says it wants to do. Because he's not an ass, he's not an elephant, he's a person. And his beliefs differ. My beliefs differ. Other people's beliefs differ. And whoever we think has the right beliefs, we should elect. Obama is a great example. He was a Democrat, we wanted a Democrat, so we elected a Democrat, and he was a Democrat. And he was a horrible choice. He had a bad personality. He's not right for this job. He might be a great guy, but it's not the right job for him. I hate to say it, but it's true. And for that reason, you know, I don't believe in parties. And I hope I've got you thinking about it too. So next time, see you later.